A disaster for Suncoast beaches and business, the red tide relief that could be coming to our area. Plus a close call on I-75, a plane forced to make an emergency landing on Alligator Alley. And what weather can we expect for the work week ahead? Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6:30.
Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. First tonight, local businesses hurting from red tide's impact on tourism. The state now offering some financial help to keep struggling beachfront businesses afloat. ABC 7's Erica Jackson shares what extra funding may become available and how it could help lead to some good publicity in the future. Erica?
Adam, thank you. Fishing charters, marine tours, restaurants, bars, and shops are hurting because of the red tide. Governor Rick Scott says the state will provide assistance to those businesses under Florida's emergency order for red tide. It's for 7 counties, including Sarasota and Manatee. The state is offering a tourism recovery grant program through Visit Florida. That money will be used by groups like Visit Sarasota for advertising and marketing once the red tide subsides. Small businesses with less than 100 employees can also apply for short-term interest-free bridge loans of up to $50,000. It will make a big difference for employees and small businesses.
It would give me the opportunity to hire some extra help and help get things a little bit more under control from a small business ownership.
We're trying to make sure that they're working as much as possible, and the best thing that we can do is get folks out and get the word out that we're open.
Many businesses impacted by the red tide are focusing on social media to communicate with customers. We'll explain why some business owners think that's necessary coming up tonight at 11. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Erica. And the latest red tide report from Mote Marine Laboratory shows another tough day for most beachgoers. That report stating a heavy amount of fish kills at all tested Suncoast beaches, along with moderate irritation. And you can find the full report on our website, mysuncoast.com, along with our complete news coverage of this red tide disaster. Excuse me. Now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our first alert weather forecast. Some respiratory issues in the newsroom here.
Yeah, just thinking about it, right? It just gets you all choked up. Well, we're looking at some showers and thunderstorms across the area that are finally dying down. But we had some real doozies that were taking place east of I-75. All of the movement was to the northwest, and you can see that as these showers are moving in that direction, we're watching them just diminish tremendously. And so by around 10 o'clock tonight, it's all going to be over, and we're looking at these showers down to the south of us. Those too are also diminishing in scope. So we're looking at a large area of rain that is taking place, and for the most part moderate to heavy rains are on the Venice side. You can see these showers and thunderstorms just forming in the last few minutes, and they're moving away from shore, and then the rest of us are getting some moderate rains right now. So we'll let you know what we can expect for the rest of tonight. Right now, what we are going to be looking at is the rain chances are going to stay high until about 7 o'clock tonight, with a 60% chance of rain, and then those chances really do diminish all the way until 10 o'clock tonight. So maybe not a great beach night tonight, Adam, for many reasons.
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Now to some new developments tonight in the investigation into allegations of abuse by more than 300 Catholic priests. As ABC's Brian Clark reports, the Bishop of Pittsburgh's Roman Catholic Diocese speaking to ABC's George Stephanopoulos this morning on This Week, responding to that 900-page grand jury report.
The Bishop of Pittsburgh's Roman Catholic Diocese speaking out following the release of that 900-page grand jury report last week.
I can well understand the rage that people have in reading this report. I feel that rage as well, too.
But saying he followed every single step needed for responsible action after allegations of child sexual abuse. But despite Zubik's claims, the report lists several cases it alleged were mishandled by Zubik, first as a priest and later as bishop.
We've listened to them carefully. Second of all, we've removed priests from ministry. Third of all, we have in fact turned it over to the district attorneys of the appropriate counties.
2 years in the making, that report finding more than 1,000 children abused by some 300 Catholic predator priests in 6 Pennsylvania dioceses over the past 70 years. others. Former priest and victims advocate Robert Hodson criticizing those who stayed silent.
In 2016, the Pope announced that he was going to convene a commission on bishop accountability. It never happened.
The Pennsylvania report coming amid another sexual abuse scandal. Former Washington, D.C. Cardinal Theodore McCarrick accused of molesting both adolescent boys and seminarians. McCarrick resigned from his post but maintains his innocence. Brian Clark, ABC News, New York.
And out of those priests accused, ABC 7 has learned that at least one worked here in Sarasota, while a second moved to the area after retirement. Now to Florida, where two people in a small plane were forced to make an emergency landing on Alligator Alley, also known as the portion of I-75 that runs through the Everglades west of Fort Lauderdale. The plane was located by authorities parked on the side of the highway. Both the pilot and a student passenger were unharmed, and amazingly, no vehicles were struck on the road. Authorities say the flight experienced mechanical problems on its way from Punta Gorda and was bound for Opa-locka Executive Airport. The cause of the problem is still under investigation. Also in Florida, two men accused of trying to kill three North Carolina deputies are now in custody. Detectives arresting Donald Billings and Alton Smoot in Treasure Island, Florida on Saturday, just north of our area. According to detectives, on August 11th, the two men shot at deputies using a handgun and an AR-15 rifle. They had been attempting to flee a traffic stop. At least 14 people are recovering tonight after trusses holding up the entrance to a resort where the Backstreet Boys were set to begin a concert in Oklahoma collapsed. The resort began an evacuation when lightning was in the area, but the company says about 150 patrons did not evacuate. Then when that storm hit, the entrance collapsed. Of the 14 people taken to the hospital, 2 have been released. The concert has since been postponed to a later date. Band member Kevin Richardson tweeting the concert had been sold out with about 12,000 fans. Now to newly released dashcam footage showing the moments a California police officer lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a teenager during a pursuit. A warning, what you are about to see may be upsetting to some viewers, and the teen did survive this encounter with minor injuries. Take a look. Police say they were trying to stop this 16-year-old for not having a light on his bicycle when that teen took off, and that's when, quote, understeer caused an officer to lose control of his SUV and hit the teen. Here it is right here. The boy hit on the front of that car, as you can see, taken to the hospital with minor injuries. And following an investigation, detectives concluded the collision was in fact an accident. With early voting now open in Sarasota and Manatee counties, for the primary election on August 28th, a local event, Souls to the Polls, is pushing for a higher voter turnout, especially from the African American community. Newtown has an early voting location this month for the first time in years. The takeaway from this event: your vote is important, and don't let anyone tell you different. Today's event also honoring 2 individuals with the first ever Dr. Ed James Civil Rights Award, which was presented by his son.
Today we gave away the first annual Dr. Ed James Civil Rights Award, which was really cool because today is actually my dad's birthday. And so we awarded Dr. Lawrence Miller and Hugh Culverhouse, 2 pillars in our community who've been fighting for justice for a very long time.
The Dr. Ed James Civil Rights Award is given to individuals who have fought for justice and hold others accountable within the community, just like Dr. James. And happy birthday, Dr. James. Well, the Sarasota Supervisor of Elections releasing the vote by mail and early voting turnout numbers. And as of today, Sarasota County reporting almost an 11% turnout rate with over 34,000 votes already cast. Early voting continues through next Saturday, August 25th. And if you have any questions about where you can go to cast your vote, we have a list of early voting locations up on our website, mysuncoast.com. It was a special training day for the Sarasota Canine Search and Rescue Team. The county allowing handlers along with 18 trained dogs to use Wakeland Elementary School in Bradenton for the day. The team's practicing a range of scenarios, including a staged search and rescue outside. While inside, dogs were sent to look for traces of blood at a mock crime scene. Each task preparing this team in the event of a real-life emergency.
We practice so that if we're ever called by the community, either in a hurricane or tornado type situation, or even in a criminal case, that our handlers and our canines are prepared for this.
And we know those school settings can come into play if a hurricane is serious enough. And not only does today's training help the dogs, coordinators also say it helps build the team's communication skills, giving them a faster response. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, new developments in the Russia investigation. President Trump tweeting he is allowing all White House staff to fully cooperate with the special counsel. Plus, a look at the damage after a 6.3 magnitude earthquake struck Indonesia.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
More energy?
Patty, what would you do if you had more energy?
Gosh. More energy? I'd probably be a happier guy. I wouldn't be so surly.
If I'd exercise more, I'd have a lot more fun.
Salsa dancing.
You get a lot more done during the day.
Take piano lessons.
I can be better to other people.
Energy equals happiness.
The potential for greater energy is already inside of you. Now you can make the most of it with Super Beets from Human.
What is this? Is it a superfood?
Concentrated beet crystals.
It's non-GMO, which makes me super happy.
It passes the test. A+.
It starts with one of the healthiest vegetables for your heart, beets.
They're in here and I can just drink them.
Beets, probably the worst vegetable in the world.
I love beets.
Super Beets concentrates an essential nutrient found in beets to promote heart-healthy energy.
It's really yummy.
Shockingly not bad.
Well, that's good.
3 beets in here? Oh my gosh.
Super Beets helps increase circulation, supports healthy blood pressure, and gets more oxygen flowing throughout your body naturally, which means more healthy energy to make the most of your day.
Dance more often, maybe.
Find out how to get a free canister with your first order, plus bonus gifts.
Call 1-800-201-6681 or go to buysuperbeets.com.
I could definitely use a little more energy, especially if it's from a natural source like beets.
That even tastes good.
I'll finish this, by the way. I really like it.
Call now and find out how to get a free canister with your first order, plus free indicator strips that show how it's working. This offer isn't in stores, but we'll ship it free right to your door.
Feel strong and you feel healthy and you feel like you can accomplish anything.
Find your energy.
Call 1-800-201-6681 or go to buysuperbeets.com.
I would for sure drink this.
Super Beets from Human.
In your Washington report, the president responding angrily on Twitter this morning to the New York Times report that White House counsel Donald McGahn is cooperating with the Russia investigation. Here's ABC's Tara Palmieri with the latest.
President Trump firing off several angry tweets Sunday morning, looking to discredit the New York Times report that White House counsel Don McGahn is cooperating with the Russia investigation to protect himself. Tweeting, "The failing New York Times wrote a story that made it seem like White House counsel had turned on the president, when in fact it is just the opposite. I allowed him and all others to testify." McGahn reportedly sharing, quote, detailed accounts about the episodes at the heart of the inquiry into whether President Trump obstructed justice. ABC News confirming that McGahn has met with Mueller's team at least 3 times. McGahn's lawyer releasing a statement to ABC News saying his client answered the special counsel's questions, quote, fulsomely and honestly after the president's lawyers declined to assert executive privilege over his testimony. Former New Jersey governor and ABC political analyst Chris Christie saying the decision to waive privilege put Don McGahn in a difficult situation.
Once you waive that privilege and you turn over all those documents, Don McGahn has no choice then but to go in and answer everything.
The president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, telling ABC News he's confident McGahn didn't offer evidence that is, quote, remotely harmful to the president. This morning saying he won't be rushed into having the president testify.
When you tell me that, he should testify because he's going to tell the truth and he shouldn't worry, well, that's so silly because it's somebody's version of the truth, not the truth.
The president maintaining he has nothing to hide, tweeting he has, quote, demanded transparency so that this rigged and disgusting witch hunt can come to a close. Tara Palmieri, ABC News, Bedminster, New Jersey.
A conditional ceasefire is being announced between Afghanistan and the Taliban. On Sunday, the Afghan president calling for an end to the fighting in honor of the country's 99th Independence Day. The ceasefire starts Monday and will last until November 19th. The Afghan leader's condition for the ceasefire is that the Taliban also abstain from taking up arms within that time. People in Indonesia are cleaning up tonight after a 6.3 magnitude earthquake struck the nation Sunday. As you can see in this video, villagers in distress after the tremors caused structural damage to several homes. A disaster mitigation agency spokesman says so far there have been no reports of casualties, thankfully, but I'm sure they're still trying to get in touch with everybody. And back here at home, dealing with, of course, the high temperatures of summer, but also some thunderstorms back
We
in our
had
area.
the thunderstorms. They came back in late this afternoon. We started to see them developing just along that ribbon of I-75. Everybody seems to know that there's a division where that line is.
You hear it all the time. It's out by the interstate.
Oh, yeah, by the interstate. And then east, of course, those showers and thunderstorms are building and everything moving to the northwest. So right now, things are calming down just a little bit. We still have a little bit of thunderstorm activity out there. And what we have is high pressure out in the Atlantic, and that's been the driving factor that we've been experiencing as far as our weather goes. And so what we're going to be experiencing for the rest of tonight is that these showers are going to die down, and then we are going to be left with clearing skies after 10 o'clock tonight, and it is going to be warm and humid overnight. So that's what we can expect to see. And you can see that some of these showers are producing some moderate to heavy rains right now. That line of thunderstorms having gone all the way to the north, and so what we're left with is right here. Parrish is getting ready to get some very strong thunderstorms moving through east of Sarasota and east of I-75. We're still looking at all of this wet weather, and so this is all going to be moving off towards the northwest, and in the meantime we're going to see showers just continuing, and most of the thunderstorms have finally started to abate. They've finally begun to wane, and we've got a 60% chance of rain tonight until about 7 to 8 o'clock tonight, and then we're going to lower those rain chances down to about a 40% chance, and then overnight we're going to see them pretty much disappearing. So our forecast is showing that everything is moving off towards the northwest. Then we're going to be left with cloudy skies, and then during the overnight time period we're going to be seeing some clearing conditions for the most part. Heavy rains, though, have been resulting as a result of all of this wet weather moving on through. Just in the last couple of hours, over 2 inches of rainfall, again, east of I-75 in Sarasota County, and then down to the south, we've seen the most rainfall, and that has been taking place in Charlotte County. Other places reporting anywhere from 1 to 1.5 inches of rain. And current temperatures, of course, have been rain-cooled as well. We're looking at those readings in the upper 70s along the west coast, 81 degrees in Venice. And then as you move farther to the inland areas, you're also looking at pretty much the same temperatures. And these are going to be very reflective of our overnight temperatures for later on. And today we got up to a high of 92 with an overnight low of 75. Our record temperature was set in 2007. So recent history here, 96 degrees was the daytime high. And what we're looking at as far as the tropics are concerned, it's quiet. There's nothing happening in the Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, so things are good there. And if you are heading off to the beach, winds will be out of the southeast at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out on the bay. And then we're looking at a temperature reading tomorrow of about 88 degrees at the beach. We'll see some isolated thunderstorms once again. The Gulf water temperature warming to about 90. Oh my gosh, it's just, you can't even cool off there. And then you can see we've got a 40% chance of rain all the way through Wednesday, and we up those chances beginning just in time for the upcoming weekend, and we'll see those rain developments during the afternoon and evening hours. Temperatures will be right around that 90-degree mark as well. So it's a typical summertime week for all of us with 40 to 50% chances of rain each and every day. Adam?
Now, sports.
The Buccaneers stay perfect this preseason after their second straight win in Tennessee last night. Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota drafted one pick after Jameis Winston back in 2015. Didn't have to do much on this play. Taywan Taylor taking a short pass right through the Bucs defense for a 47-yard touchdown. Mariota's only touchdown pass of the night. Now, Jameis Winston did not start this game due to that looming suspension, but did play with some of the starters, including Mike Evans, who makes a nice grab right there for 38 yards. Then in the second quarter, it's another big play. Winston going deep for Deshaun Jackson. Winston finishing with 226 yards and 2 touchdowns on 13 completions in the decisive win for the Bucs. Well, after a big series win in New York, the Rays trying to avoid a 3-game sweep today in Boston. Top of the second inning, no runners on for Joey Wendell, who hits one high and deep to Souvenir City in right, and the Rays take a 1-0 lead. Later on, Jalen Beeks, traded by Boston this summer, gets the Rays out of a jam in the second inning to preserve a shutout they would hold on to for 9 innings until C.J. Cron could pad that lead with the Rays' second home run of the game and just 2 hits for the Red Sox off of 5 Rays pitchers. Tampa Bay wins a close one, 2-0. Parents of University of Maryland football players meeting Saturday with school officials to talk about the investigation into the death last month of Jordan McNair and about allegations the program has a toxic culture. McNair was an offensive lineman who died in June after suffering exertional heat stroke following a team exercise. Several of the parents defended the football program and pledged their support to Coach DJ Durkin, one parent describing the team as a family atmosphere.
When the ESPN thing came out, I'm sorry to say, I was kind of upset with it because this program is not toxic.
This comes after university leaders said they would accept legal and moral responsibility for the mistakes made leading up to McNair's death. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now,
800-604-0398.
Or visit SoClean.com today.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
Governors, they make that easy transition right into being president. They get the CEO type of experience. People prefer governors over U.S. senators. They build major platforms, and especially here in the state of Florida.
The field of candidates will be down to 2 in just over a week. What can we expect? I'm Jacqueline Matter. We'll discuss at the Trapezoid.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph, or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
In entertainment news, the stage is set and the red carpet is out as the industry's most glamorous stars get ready to descend on Radio City Music Hall Monday night for the MTV Video Music Awards. This year, the party hitting a somber note as the show will likely pay tribute to Aretha Franklin. The Queen of Soul passing away Thursday after a battle with pancreatic cancer. MTV also reportedly planning a show of support for Demi Lovato, the superstar on the road to recovery since she was hospitalized for a suspected drug overdose. A big weekend for Crazy Rich Asians, the romantic comedy from Warner Brothers, raking in over $25 million, already exceeded industry expectations. Warner Brothers also producing the movie in the #2 spot, The Meg, a shark flick, pulling in just over $21 million and rounding out the top 3, and Mile 22 with an estimated $13.6 million. Summer shark movies, still the formula for success and keeping people out of the water.
And I can't even watch the trailers. I mean, they just scare me so. I can't even
it's
watch them.
It's not so sensational. Like, just the size of it is so unreal. Well, I guess it's pretty nerve-wracking still.
It's just too scary, especially when the little girl's standing there and there's black, and then all of a sudden there's that shot. Whoa.
Yeah, I blame Steven Spielberg, personally, and Jaws, the original.
That is so true. Well, for the rest of tonight, we're going to start to see those showers coming down, and we'll be left with fairly clear skies by 10 o'clock tonight. So just keep that in mind. If you're heading out the door, take an umbrella.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.